the second semi-final played at the MCG. It was the first year of Sunday finals, and the two teams who were the arch enemies at that stage turned on an absolute ripper. And I particularly remember it for the clash of the wingmen, Bertie Domenico and Merv Neagle.
Yes, well, I sat in the southern stand and watched that game with awe. It was one of the greatest finals that I've ever been to. It was like the Indian arm wrestle, Essendon, Hawthorn, Essendon, finally Hawthorn. But it was one of the great battles too between Dipper and Merv Neagle, as his mother likes to have him referred to.
I think at that stage we might have been calling him Nagel, but she eventually rang up and got the message to all the commentators. Yeah?
Yes, well, I lived with Merv for about 6 months and he was adamant that it was Merv Neagle.
All right. Well, we'll see how they called it in the second semi in 1984. A fantastic game. Hope you enjoy this. But let's take a look at the score at three-quarter time and nothing in it. The Bombers leading by a point, 13-14 to 13 goals 13. The last quarter, a rib tickler. Here it is.
On Seven's Big League, it's the final quarter of the 1984 second semi-final. Essendon leading Hawthorn 92 to 91. After they outscored them in the previous two quarters. Picked up by Williams. Williams' kick is a short one. Tuck has to fist the ball clear. Back towards centre field. Williams again has the chance to put Essendon into attack. Can't do so. Watson fires out a hand pass. Knock on by Izzard. Knock on by Van der Haar. Lester Smith is there. Bad hand pass. Loveridge is good enough to pick it up ultimately. Out to the point of the square. Reid went a knock on. Back to Watson again. Three Essendon players in the centre. Robertson has the pace but doesn't get the bounce. Watson again. Up towards half forward. Schwab can't take the mark, or can't even spoil. It's no mark to Danaher either. And the umpire, watching it pretty closely, has decided to ball it up at half forward for the Bombers.
Another good effort by Schwab. That's the second time he's done that.
Yes, he looked hopelessly out of position there. Ball up at centre half forward for Essendon. They lead by 1 point in the first minute of the final term. Knocked down by Madden. Chris Mew gets clear. He got grabbed too high. The umpire played a free kick but then let it go. Up to Matthews. Can't take the grab. He's a long way from goal. Walsh is there. Taps the ball forward. Picked up by Eade. Eade out towards left half forward flank. Clark will get there first for Essendon. The hand pass effective to Hawker, and he's caught. On centre wing. Hurd. Missed it. Picked up by Schwab. And Judge takes the mark. The first I think he's taken since quarter time. He's gone for Domenico in the goal square. He can't quite make ground to it. And the ball out of bounds, right forward pocket for Hawthorn. Bertie called for it, but he was picked up pretty quickly. So boundary throw in, right forward pocket for Hawthorn. They trail by a point. Knocked down by Byrne. Can't find Domenico. Finally he's got it, just about out of bounds. He shoots at goal. A wild shot is out of bounds on the full, and the free kick will go Essendon's way. Not even quite sure which side of the goals it went out on. So it's going to be left back pocket, and the free kick will be going not to Duckworth but to Glenn Hawker.
Hawker with the kick out there towards the half-back line. A point the difference. Mark dropped that time by Lester Smith. It was a difficult one. Robertson gets it back now. Russo with a hand pass to Loveridge. He's grabbed. Another one coming over to Lester Smith. Gets the ball down there towards the forward pocket. Byrne flies. He might have got the mark. And that was the move that Bob mentioned, putting him down there, because we did suggest they had no one down there to take a mark, and this could be a successful move.
Watch on replay, and Byrne juggling that one, but he's within kicking distance. He's only 35 metres out from goal, and there's plenty of goal open to him. And
of course the difference, a point in favour of Essendon. This will put the Hawks in front by 5 points if it's successful, and we're approaching the 3-minute mark of this last quarter on the big lead. There's the kick on its way. It's a left footer. What's he done with it? 1 point, so scores a dead level. That was a chance for Byrne. 92 points apiece. Running on Duckworth, going for the short kick. Gets around Matthews, who nearly copped him that time, but he shrugged him off a bad bounce, but he's okay. There's no one within cue. He goes for the long kick over the centre line. Schwab flies, couldn't hold the mark. The ball pushed on again that time by Russo. Picked up out there by Loveridge. A short kick coming over now to Mew. Another one back to Russo. It was a bad hand pass. Williams nearly copped him. He finishes up running into Dano. That's a bad kick. Going after it now is Big Byrne. Breaks clear, goes for a pass. It's a beauty, and a mark taken here by Brereton. Be good distance out from goal. Scores a dead level. There's the kick on its way. He's hooked it. Duckworth couldn't hold. There's a chance now. DP and Matthews messed each other up that time as the ball goes back there to centre half forward. Punched away by Robertson. Wallace gets a hand pass. Back there to McCarthy. Back to Eade. Another wide one out there. Coming there to meet it now is Grievance. Tapped away by Hurd. Now it's a chance for Judge out there at half-forward. He's hooked the ball back to the forward pocket. Matthews flies, couldn't hold the mark. It'll go for the boundary line. He and Duckworth fighting for it, but it's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. You see Duckworth in it, but no, was it Watson?
Thigh, I think.
Might have been the cramp.
Boundary throw in. Knocked down by Merritt. Off the ground, I think that was Green. And out of bounds, it will be another boundary throw in. This time a little bit closer to Hawthorn's goal, but only marginally. Byrne, number 21. Merritt, 25. They'll do the ruck work. Knocked over the back by Byrne. He's found Judge. Judge trying to get onto the right foot to shoot for goal, which he does. Any score will put Hawthorn in front, and I think he's put it through for a goal. That's 3 goals to Judge. Hawthorn lead by 6 points in the final term. 14-14-98 to 13-14-92.
To develop the most advanced four-wheel drive in the world, we tested it in the most rugged country on earth.
Help me! You've got to help me! Let me in!
Let her in! Okay. Hold this, hold it. Chocolate, I think.
Darren, can you please slow down a bit?
Nah, I think he's right.
Yeah, well, what about speed cameras?
What about speed cameras? What about speed cameras? Mate! Watch yourself, pal. Who are we trying to impress here? All right, come on. Hey, guys, you knock it off? You want? You knock it off, all right?
You idiot!
Come on, then. Shake it out.
Darren!
We were following them, you know? We're all mates, all dead. You think it can't happen, but why these guys? Why this town?
It's my brother! Let me go! Let me be with my brother!
Coles have reduced over 6,000 items in every store across the state, in line with our new low price policy.
Yeah, I know.
A policy that goes far beyond weekly specials and cash cuts. This is not a one-week wonder. This is a long-term commitment to lower prices. The Coles new low price policy is here, and it's here for good.
What happened, guys?
On Hinch next week, the inside story on Princess Diana's family feud.
10 of the Van Dykes have gone.
And why did Diana allegedly steal the family bed linen?
Nothing allegedly about it. She was sprung. She was caught red-handed.
A right royal row.
And they're all ending up on the Hinch programme.
Next week, exclusive to Hinch.
On Monday, the mayhem moves into top gear with Steve chatting to Mickey Rooney and Julian Clary.
Happy days are here again.
On Tonight Live.
3 goals to Ken Judge, 6 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Vanderhaar moved to defence. The umpire has found a free kick, certainly penalising the side. It would appear they didn't play the advantage rule there. McCarthy has the free. He's gone out wide to Lester Smith on right centre wing. He's gone for a short pass at Langford, takes the mark at centre-half forward. Langford preferred by Alan Jeans to Curran, maybe in view of the greasy conditions.
Well, I wonder if that's a good move, moving Van der Haar down there in defence at this early stage of this quarter, because they're only in front by a goal.
Maybe injured. Langford, usually a long kick. That's a long kick. Off the hands of Van der Haar and Byrne, and out of bounds or a point. It's Langata. And so the scores on Sevens Big League. Hawthorn 99, leading Essendon 92.
7 points the difference, just over the 6-minute mark. Waiting on Duckworth to bring the ball back into play. He's had a great duel with Matthews, but Matthews has kicked 3 goals up to this stage of the game. The ball back into play. Langford and Weston both missed it. At the back of the pack is Watts. He's got a chance to streak away, but Robertson's right on his tail. The kick is not a good one, and a mark taken here at centre-half forward by Lester Smith. He's played a fair game today. Heed coming across that time with Neagle. They both dropped it now. Neagle recovers quickly. Takes a wide turn, goes for a pass, not a good one, but it might be all right, and Weston saves it there. Did he pick it up on the first bounce or not?
No, it's a mark.
A mark there to Weston round about the centre field area. 7 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. But the Bombers always bounce back. They have today, at least. Well, what's that, a free kick to Schwab, and he's played a fair game too, Bob.
Yes, he's done a good job. He's really made some wonderful efforts and just tailed him down there.
There's Tuck driving the ball back there. Nagel couldn't hold that one. Picked up by Weston, backing up well. The ball over the centre-half forward position. Tapped on by Lester Smith. Tapped out again by Robertson. Over to Lester Smith. Another hand pass to Green. He hasn't had many touches today, but he gets this one out okay to Schwab. Goes for the long kick. Looking up there for Byrne, and Matthews in front. Oh, he dropped it. Down he goes. The umpire said it might be a free kick. No, he's called play on us. Judd spins out of the pack. He's grabbed it. Could be dropping the ball against him. It is. Van der Haar's down in the serious... Oh, well, he looks as though he's serious. The ball dropping short, but the umpire's going to ball it back. It's a 15-metre penalty. 7 points the difference. Got one on the face, Van der Haar. A little bit groggy. There's the kick out there to Danaher. Having a bit of trouble. Ducks their head like Collins. He goes down. They pile on top of him. The umpire said it'll be a ball up out there on the centre wing position. Hawthorn 14-15, 99 to Essendon 13-14, 92. A difference of 7 points just over the 8-minute mark of this last quarter. Van der Haar coming off the ground, I think.
Van der Haar off the ground, it would appear. Ball up on the outer side. McCarthy and Merritt. Picked up by Merritt. He can't get clear. No one can. Finally, it's Donnell. Just about threw the ball out of the pack, but not to an Essendon player. Green goes down. He can't get clear either. It's a real scramble out there with the greasy ball, and once again we'll see it bounce pretty well at centre field. With Van der Haar off the ground, and that means that Thompson has come back on. Where's he gone? Out towards the action straight away. McCarthy and Merritt. Going through solidly is Watson. Mew. Not fast enough. Williams is there. Picked up by DP Domenico, or in fact he's trying to pick it up. It's out of bounds, I think. And it will be a boundary throw in left forward pocket for Essendon. 9 minutes gone in the final quarter as we watch that in replay. And a nice old shirt front. Knocked down by Madden. Picked up by Mew. Long clearing torpedo punt kick out towards centre wing. Weston and Brereton. Folds. Gives it straight to Langford, who says thanks very much, and kicks it into the open spaces at right half forward. Matthews and Duckworth. Duckworth gets the kick in and puts it towards the boundary line, which it traverses. Right half forward flank for Hawthorn, and Van der Haar looking a little bit groggy out there. Club doctor having a look at him.
Oh, he's got it right across the eye.
Certainly sting. McCarthy and Madden. Langford put the hip and shoulder in, but it will be a ball up. Still at right half forward flank for Hawthorn. And we've been playing just on the 10-minute mark of the term.
7 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn on their half forward, on about 60 metres out from their goal. Knocked out that time by McCarthy. It hits the deck. Watson comes in to meet it. Bounces right for him. Another long hand pass coming over to Hawker. Hawker's cleared. Judges after him. He gets a long kick out there towards the wing position. It's Danaher and Mew racing after. Danaher's first there, but he fumbles. This gives Mew a chance, but he won't give, and he kicks it off the ground. Good play. In goes O'Halloran. He's grabbed by Matt, but he shrugs him off beautifully. A hand pass to Robertson. And the racehorse goes for a long hand pass out to Rodney Eade. Neagle's after him, another short pass. It's all right, and Brereton's got the mark. And Hawthorn starting to look a lot better, particularly around their forward line. The lead made by DP Domenico. Byrne at the back, got the sit here over Walsh. He positioned himself properly, punched on again by Merritt. The ball going for the boundary line, and it's out of bounds in the forward pocket, about 30 metres around from the Hawthorn goal. They're 14-15-99 to Essendon 13-14-92 as we approach the 11-minute mark of this last quarter. Knocked out by Merritt, grabbed that time by Wallace, but the kick was smothered, tries to get it out. Plenty of scrimmaging going on there, and the umpire will ball it up about 20 metres out from the Hawthorn goal.
Can't help but admire the endeavour of both teams, Lou.
Well, it's been a tough slogging match, and I should imagine the Magpies would be happy about this too, because they play the loser next week in the preliminary final at VFL Park as the ball hits the deck. Still plenty of fumbling as Weston tries to come out of the pack. Gets a hand pass back to Fowles. A hurried kick out there towards that wing position, but there's that little Swab coming up. He's played a fine game today.
Yes, he has.
And Swab's got the mark out there at half-back. Hawthorn have been into attack for most of this quarter, and they lead by 7 points as we wait now for Swab to drive it well up there towards Byrne at the full forward position. Matthews punched away. Chance now for the ball to come back to O'Halloran. Oh, Neagle got out the way that time. A hand pass back to Neagle again. He's clear. Goes for a short pass over there to Danaher. Fumbles, but he clears okay now. He goes for a short pass. This looks dangerous as we see Baker running to an open goal. Fires. It'll be good, a goal. So the difference now only 1 point. That's 3 goals to Baker. 14-14, 98 Essendon to Hawthorn, 14-15, 99.
And once again, really set up at the other end of the ground. Nagel puts the ball down towards Danaher. Danaher does well to trap it. Magnificent pass across to Baker. And you can't give Baker many opportunities because his disposal is superb. And right through the centre it goes.
12 and a half minutes gone in the final term. Hawthorn lead by a point. Very dark here at the MCG. McCarthy doing the ruck work for Hawthorn against Madden and wins it out. Robertson caught out to Russo, caught by Williams, but he gets his kick in. DP Domenico getting underneath it, and Marks tries to shrug off Weston and does so. He'll go for a long shot in towards the 10-metre square. Byrne, he's got it, no!
Pretty close to a mark.
There's a mark. Out of bounds. Actually, I think Matthews might have knocked that away from him.
I think he might have. Byrne was about to grab the second time, and Matthews grabbed it as well.
Byrne and Madden. Knocked down. Wallace is there. Can he trap it? He's gone for a long hand pass, picked up by Brereton. The snapshot won't be a score. Birdie's got the mark.
Oh, what a strong mark that was. That was a ripper, wasn't it? Oh, that was a great strong mark. Look at it.
That's just standing your ground, and really, what an example DP Domenico is to the youngsters who maybe want to play league football.
Well, if he can't lift Hawthorn today with his efforts, they really don't want to win the match, I'd suggest. Played a great game. Kicked 4 goals already. Still the leading goal kicker in the match. Chance to make it 5 from 25 metres out.
Hooked it.
He's hooked it and missed it.
Oh, golly, look. He's disappointed. That's the first mistake he's made all day.
Certainly deserved a goal. A great mark. Hawthorn lead by 2 points now. 100 plays 98. Let's hope
for Birdie's sake it's not the fatal mistake either, Bob, because he's played too good of a game to be blamed for a loss here today.
Duckworth. Again, he's just about every time put in the little kick. Didn't really gain much on that occasion, though. Over the top, Walsh can't complete the mark. Just about runs into Shane Hurd, who throws it back to Hawker. Hawker gets clear. He's played a good game. Hawker up towards centre wing. Man in front should be paid. I think, yes, Schwab playing on, but it will be a mark for McCarthy. McCarthy taking the grab at left centre wing for Hawthorn, being preferred in the ruck in the final term so far by Alan Jeans. McCarthy up to left half forward flank. And this time Byrne has the mark, but it might be a free kick. No. Michael Byrne, a long way from goal. Be a mammoth kick to get anywhere near it. 2 on 1. Langford's there. So too is Hawker. As I said, he's played a great game, Glenn Hawker. One of the best I've seen him put in for Essendon. Donnell taking the mark at left half-back flank.
And the difference is 2 points. As we approach the 15.5-minute mark, a short pass coming up, and Watson's grabbed it out there at half-back. The Bombers won't give in. Umpire's called play on. He gets around Robertson. He was nearly hooked by the leg. Now he's lost it. Trying to do a little bit too much. Umpire's called play on as the ball goes out of bounds, but he's going to pay Watson a free kick. I don't know what for. Could have been a bit lucky, Timmy.
I think it was in front of the Essendon crowd, it helped.
Well, he tried to do a little bit too much as the ball finally comes back there towards that half-forward line. Players set themselves. O'Halloran outmanoeuvred that time, Merritt, and takes a strong mark there at half-back for Hawthorn. 2 points the difference, and neither side can get a big break to say they're going to win this game. A short pass. It bounces okay for Loveridge, and the little rover streaks away as he goes for the long kick, looking for Byrne again. In front, he's got it. Umpire said play on it. Well, that was nearly a mark as we see Weston clear the ball out wide at DP Domenico and Donnell having a great battle. Birdie goes down, and the umpire said it'll be on the cheek. You'll get a free kick. And listen to this Essendon crowd go mad. Donnell's not too happy about it either.
Watch on replay.
Oh, yes, the player coming past copped him in the face.
I think Birdie might have put it over the umpire.
Well, there we see Birdie to DP Domenico with a shot from about 50 metres out. I think the distance is too far. He lets fly. It's a high kick. Hits the deck. Matthews tries to get this one. There's a smother up. Fowles falls on top of it, and the umpire will ball it up right on the point of the square. Nearly 17 minutes gone. 2 points the difference, and this is a rip-roaring game. Both sides will sleep well tonight. It's been a tough battle all day. Byrne. Madden got the knockout. Grabbed by Duckworth. He's played a great game too. Finally a kick out to Watson. Short pass coming out looking for Thompson. Thompson and Lester Smith go after this one, and the ball is out of bounds. So we're right on the 17-minute mark of the last quarter. It's 14-14, 98 Essendon to Hawthorn, 14-16, 100 points.
Doesn't come up that way on the screen, but very dark here. The lights would be handy if they were completed. Knocked down by McCarthy. Out of bounds again. About 10 metres closer to the Hawthorn goal, but still to all intents and purposes on centre wing. 17.5 minutes gone.
Every time that Hawthorn looked like breaking away, Pete, the Bombers bounce back again, don't they?
Yes, neither side's had a break right throughout the afternoon. Ball finally got to Russell Green. Oh, the old lever trick. And Duckworth takes the mark anyway. It's a 15-metre penalty. Duckworth lobs it high towards centre wing. Knocked away from Merritt. Williams is there, though. Controls it beautifully for Essendon. He's gone for a pass right down the throat of Harvey. So a chance to put Essendon in front. He's 50 metres out from goal. You can see the centre square line, but he should be able to just about put it in the square from there. It's a beautiful kick. It's a point, I think, or is it a goal? It's 1 point, so 1 point the difference. 100 to 99.
Well, I wouldn't like to predict who's going to win it, Bob.
Anybody's going this one, Lou.
I'll tell you what, it'd be interesting if it was a draw, wouldn't it? Messrs Hamilton and Avett would be licking their lips, I think. Kicked out by Chris Mew. And the mark juggled there by Langford. Langford at the point of the square from centre half back. Looking for Brereton, he's in front and takes from mark. No, he doesn't, says the umpire. Wallace over the top to Eade, who can score. He's gone for a pass. Byrne can't take it. Plenty of Essendon players down there backing up well, one of whom is Folds. He's cleared it out wide, looking for Donnell. Birdie has to go the punch. That's a mark or free kick to the Essendon player.
Yes, Birdie should have gone the punch on that occasion. He tried to mark from behind. But Donnell, an extremely good mark. And when you're in front or behind from Deep Edelman's case, he should have gone the punch.
Walker on left centre wing. On and turn to Weston. Up to left half forward for Essendon. The bounce will favour O'Halloran, but it's just out of bounds. And it will be a boundary throw in left half forward for Essendon, with the Bombers trailing by 1 point.
19.5. We're just on the 20-minute mark of this last quarter, and a point the difference. Neither side able to get that break. Knocked away by Robertson. It's a hard one. The ball is out of bounds again, about 50 metres around from the Essendon goal. But at least it's in their attacking zone. Hawthorn have headed them off plenty of times today, but the Bombers keep on bouncing back. But both sides will be very tired tonight because it's been a hard slogging game without being, well, there's no spiteful incidents at all. As we see a bit of a crash up now. The kick is a high one by Baker. He copped one on the face that time. It comes back to Tucker. Hurried kick back there towards Wallace in the front position. Punched out. Going after it now is Donnell. He's in a bit of trouble, but still gets a hand pass out. There we see, going down that time was little Thompson. Breaks clear, drives the ball up, and Ezard's got the mark. But he's a fair distance out from goal, and Ezard's already kicked one goal. He's gone for a pass. And Timmy Watson's got the mark about 45 to 50 metres out from goal, directly in front. Well, they're trailing by a point.
It won't be much longer.
And this will put him in front by 5 points if he can kick successfully. Waiting on Timmy Watson. Played very well since quarter time. A point the difference. The kick is on its way. It's a high one. It's a pretty good one. Now it's touched on the line and scores a dead level.
A goal.
A goal. Oh, I couldn't see the umpire. It's a goal, so the Bombers have hit the front by 5 points.
The first person to save for a rainy day was smart enough to take 2 of everything. So if you're saving right now, why not take 2 as well? An extra 2% per annum with the bonus saver account from Westpac. No other bank gives you a bonus 2% interest when you're saving for a rainy day.
At BP, we like to think our new service stations are the best in the world, which is why our special fact-finding team is constantly checking, as unobtrusively as possible, how well our stations are maintaining the standard. Thank you. We're pleased to say the results have been very encouraging. But why not come and check us out for yourselves? BP, on the move.
All Australia's laughing at City Slickers.
Yeah, fabulous. Yeah! Funniest movie we've seen for a very long time.
Sensational.
He's a genius. It was great.
It was very funny.
Excellent.
It was just fantastic. It's probably the best film I've seen in years. It's wonderful.
One of the best movies I've seen in a long, long time.
Oh, which the kids going to see in there? Amazing.
It's amazing.
Great film.
Yeah! Go and see it.
City Slickers. See it now.
Alan Moffat's Ford dealer team didn't do things by halves in 1977.
An absolute demonstration of the crushing victory to Ford here and the Alan Moffat dealer team. A scene we've never seen before. Side by side, Colin Bond marginally in front.
A tremendous demonstration of supremacy from the Moffat Ford dealers team.
Another great moment at Bathurst from Bridgestone.
Herb Fanning is the only landmark in Lynchburg, Tennessee the government doesn't know about. Our courthouse dates back to 1885. Jail's even older. And Jack Daniel's distillery is registered as America's first. The government named all 3 of these places National Historic Landmarks. And if they ever met Herb, we bet they'd name him one too. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey.
Look who's losing now.
It's great in spring carnival time, you know, the people pour in, but the next day it's like a desert.
As the race crowds fall, so does the turnover.
But the bookies want the law changed so they can take phone bets from off-course punters.
Bookies Bag, a 7 Nightly News special report, Monday.
A forced landing in the Canadian wilderness.
Can you just take me to a big city?
And a desperate search begins for a mystery sister. Sky High concludes Sunday.
Essendon lead by 5 points.
5 points the difference. Can they come back? The ball hits the deck again. A chance for Robertson to get clear. A long hand pass out to Weed. It's a bad one. He's in trouble. Ducks the head. But still gets a kick, and Hawthorn go back into attack. Duckworth couldn't hold that, but he goes after it. He won't give in. He's a terror. They call him, and the umpire will ball it up at centre-half forward for Hawthorn, about 60 metres out from their goal. That could be Timmy Watson in trouble there. 5 points the difference in favour of Essendon, and a ball up at centre-half forward.
Well, if Essendon can get the next goal, they would just about be certain of being in the grand final. Williams' kick is smothered though, but plenty of Essendon players are running. They can't get clear though. A ball up again, half forward for Hawthorn. And Hawthorn have probably been into attack more than Essendon this quarter, but the Bombers have the points on the board. There must be 30 players around that bounce. Knocked down by McCarthy. Williams and Langford. Matthews runs into Langford, actually.
Langford. Matthews.
Well, I think he might have been lucky.
He clocked it too high.
Where did he run into? I thought he hit his own player.
Yeah,
Williams grabbed him too high. Well, it might have been a blessing in disguise. He did run into Langford because that gave Williams a chance to grab him, Pete.
Yes, as it turned out.
Well,
if he can see the goals, he might be able to kick it. It's so dark here, you need a miner's lamp. Won't quite make the distance, and the difference is 4 points now in favour of Essendon. We're only 2 minutes away from time on. Next goal, I reckon, would win the match. 105 to 101. Watson back on his feet, looks okay. Duckworth to bring the ball back into play. He's got cramp, I think, like Gary has had before. Duckworth not going for the small kick this time, but he's found Roger Merritt okay, marking in front of McCarthy. Essendon just having a little bit more at the moment, a little bit more go. Hawker tips it up to Baker. Baker likewise has gone for a pass. Byrne goes the fist away. Green spoons it out to Weed. They need a goal badly. Hawthorn up to Matthews and Duckworth. Duckworth again going the punch. He's played a ripper game down there. McCarthy, here's Matthews though, the rebound. He's got it onto Loveridge. Loveridge shoots, it's there. Hawthorn are back in front. What a game we've got at the MCG. A ripper final.
Great play by Matthews, Bob.
Yes, I think you really saw Matthews lift on that occasion and show the determination. On replay now, we see Loveridge, after taking it from Matthews, put it through, but still anybody's game because Essendon, well, neither side, you have to admire every player out in the ground there today. Some have had a job to do and they've done it superbly, but it's been a wonderful game of football.
Yes, it's a pity there has to be a loser today. They both deserve to win. 24 and a half minutes gone. Hawthorn lead by 2 points in the second semi-final. What a match this is. McCarthy, Williams, his kick is smothered, but it's picked up by Thompson. Fresh on the ground. Thompson's gone for a pass. Lester Smith can't mark it. Oh. They all stack up down there. Now it's Lester Smith with a second chance. He's got a fumble. Now he's okay. He gets clear.
And he's kicked the ball out to the wing position. Coming in as Judge. Has had a pretty quiet day since quarter time. That's his 5th kick, I think, since that period. The ball over the half-forward line. Hawthorn in front by 2 points. Duckworth spinning out of the pack. He's played a crackerjack game today. He's gone for a pass. It might be all right. Tapped on by Judge. Coming in to meet it now is McCarthy. A hand pass to Lester Smith. It bounces okay the second time. The ball across to centre half-forward. Langford flies. He goes down. They fall over left and right. Clark gets the ball out. Foles is smothered. They can't all kick off the ground by Langford. Nearly a kick in danger, and the umpire will ball it up at centre half forward. What a tough encounter this is.
He's definitely finished up in the southern stand.
2 points the difference. Into time on by 30 seconds in favour of Hawthorn. The ball up at centre half forward. Can the Bombers bounce back and get another goal? They've been doing it all day. Knocked out by Merritt. Kicked off the ground. As a go now for Lester Smith. And coming in to meet it now is Danaher. A good hand pass over to Thompson. The kick is smothers. The ball goes out wide. It's Harvey and Russo. Thompson backing up too, but he can't pick it up. Russo goes on the ball, knocked out of bounds. So it's out of bounds out there towards Essendon's half-forward line, about 80 metres around from their goal. 2 points the difference. Can the Bombers come back and win this game and go into the grand final? Or will it be Hawthorn again? And we're at the 26-minute mark of this last quarter. Thompson again with a hurried kick down there towards the forward pocket. Coming out to meet it is Watson, but he looks pretty sore. He went down with cramps a moment ago. Got the socks down. That's a sign of tiredness. But I think everybody on the ground would be pretty tired at this particular stage of the game. Oh, what a pressure match this has been. Knocked out back there by Madden, picked up by Russo. It's a high kick. Coming in as DP at a minute ago. The ball pushed to the boundary line, and it's out of bounds again. It's still on Essendon's half-forward line, about 60 metres around from their goal, and Hawthorn in front by 2 points. I think this will be a long quarter. There hasn't been many goals kicked as they all try to crash through the pack. There's a long one down there. Coming out to meet it is Swab, but it's too long and it's out of bounds. And Swab will take the penalty-free kick down there in the back pocket. 15-15, 105 Essendon to Hawthorn. Their score is 15-17, 107. The ball back there towards centre half forward, or centre half back for Hawthorn, and a good mark. Oh, there'll be a 15-metre penalty here, I think, for sure. No. It'll go to Mew. No, he wants to get it, but the umpire, Robertson, won't have a bar of that. Gone out wide. Lester Smith takes the mark. Oh, nearly went off. Now he's off. A long hand pass to DP at a minute ago. It's got a bounce right. He's collared. Down he goes. Well tackled. Holding the ball, the umpire said. That was a good tackle that time by Azard. A quick pass coming over there to Baker. He's grabbed. What's the result there? No, it'll be a ball up. Same decision. No different. Same incident, of course. A similar incident. Oh, that was inconsistency by the umpire. The first time they've done that today.
Exactly the same decision.
Here we go now. 2 points the difference. Breaking through as Williams goes for a hand pass. Grabbed a little high. Pushed on by Langford. A chance now for Judge. He gives a hand pass back to Glenn, who's hardly been sighted. Another one coming over to Robertson. Hawthorn swing back into attack. A chance for Reid to mark. He's got it. And he's only about 30 metres out. And if he kicks this one, he'll put them in front by 8 points. And it could be the end of the ball game for Essendon. We're at the 28-minute mark. And I reckon it'll go about 31 minutes this quarter.
Be lucky to go that long, I think, Lou.
Won't go 31.
Oh, the game resting on the shoulders of Rodney Eade as he comes in for the kick.
There it is, the siren's gone, it won't matter.
And there's the goal that Hawthorn have won. They go into the grand final for 1984. The final scores at the MCG. Peter Landy jumping out of his skin. 16-17, 113 to Essendon 15-15, 105.
What a game. Great to see that again. The Hawks up by 8 points, 16-17 to 15 goals 15. Dipper kicked 4, Judge and Lee Matthews each kicked 3, and for the Bombers, Leon Baker kicked 3 goals. Good to see that again.
That was a fantastic game. A lot of memories there, and we all know that Essendon made the grand final after giving Collingwood one of the monumental thrashings of all time in the preliminary final. And I guess that was one of the real wobbles of the Collie Wobble era.
Yeah, they beat him by 133 points, which is the biggest margin ever in a final.
Yes, and I guess that was the start of the Essendon era. They went on to win that grand final. Billy Duckworth won the Norm Smith medal, and there was all those moves by Sheedy. Weston went to the forward line. Duckworth was thrown all over the place. It was a great year.
And in the grand final, I mean, to come back after losing to them 2 weeks earlier and beat them in the grand final when they trailed by about 4 goals at three-quarter time, and the Bombers kicked 9 goals, 4 in the last quarter, which was a grand final record at that stage, but which they beat the next year in thumping the Hawks again.
Yeah, well, that game was unbelievable because at the ground you could feel the momentum swinging despite the fact that Hawthorn were in front at three-quarter time. One just sensed that there was something on the go, and we all saw it pan out in the last quarter with Essendon having that fantastic run of goals.
Yeah, and what a man Roger Merritt was. He was a valuable player for the Bombers at that stage.
Yes, he was a fantastic player, still is for the Bears up there, but I particularly liked Watson's game that quarter. I thought he was best on the ground, and Leon Baker played well too.
Did you get the itches watching grand finals when you didn't get there to play them yourself?
Get the itches, I'm scratching already. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's game. It should be fantastic.
Yep. I hope it's a really good game. Hopefully this 1991 grand final will figure in years to come in the footy marathon because of its classicness. Let's hope so. We've got more classics coming up. We'll be back with you soon.